Introduce yourselves. Okay, so whoever wants to start, just say who you are and what your expertise is, and maybe the kind of referral that you're looking for.
Okay, I'll start because everyone's kind of quiet. I'm Debbie. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's health by identifying the root cause of their health issues and create a custom natural holistic strategy in the areas of mind, body, and soul. One thing that I am doing right now that's going to close on March 29th, the registration is going to close on March 29th, is my beach review retreat, which includes my 6-month weight release transformational program with another month or so until people go to the retreat center in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, which is maintenance and accountability. And there they get to write their transformational story in a chapter of a book and enjoy the vortex energy and the activities there. So it's a great program to use as a self-led reward to drive them with their emotion and passion to achieve their health transformation. So if you know of anybody that wants to do this, have them reach out to me because March 29th is the end of registration.
I put the information in the chat so that people can get that.
I'm going to mute while I do that.
Okay. All right, who wants to introduce next?
I'll go.
You can go.
Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
I'm Sarah Lascano. I'm an energy medicine practitioner in Virginia who focuses on hard to treat illness and cancer. I tend to work with people who have tried a lot of things and they're just not getting the progress they want, or they're all out of other options. I do one-on-one sessions, as well as I have a digital program that is very affordable and low cost and a great adjunct to other therapies. I'm looking for anyone who's interested in adding a self-help digital tool into their practice. If so, perhaps a nutritionist or a holistic doctor who has patients that are struggling with mind, body, spiritual, energetic issues, but they don't really want to have to refer out. They'd rather equip their patients with some self-help tools. I do one-on-one sessions as well, and that work is also heavily remote. So I'm happy to collaborate. I'd love to talk if anyone's interested in seeing how we could collaborate. I'm Ray Zen Energy, and I'll put my website is rayzenenergy.com. I'll put my info in the chat.
All right, Lisa.
I'm Lisa Herman. I'm a board certified holistic health practitioner, a board certified health coach, an emotion code practitioner, a shape practitioner. As you can tell, I love to learn all things natural health. So I specialize in traditional naturopathy. I offer specialized care plans for each person through muscle testing, applied kinesiology, and I do nutrition response testing. And I do facial analysis to find out what the root cause is, or just peel back your health layer by layer to get to the root cause of why you got to where you are that day. Just anyone who isn't able, ideal client would be someone who wants a more natural approach with whole foods, supplements, natural modalities. So that's it. I'll put my information in the chat, hermanholistichealth.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Julie, you want to go?
Hello, everybody. I represent, similar to what Sarah talked about, we offer energy enhancement system. And the creator, inventor of the system is known by the name of Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. And basically, this energy elevates our millivoltage in our cellular structure. And once it reaches what's called 70 to 90 millivolts, our body recognizes and begins to heal itself. We have amazing stories, testimonies of folks that have kicked all kinds of ailments, A through Z. My background is I'm a registered nurse of well over 20 years, primarily in adult ICU, and I believed in Western medicine completely. And I totally disregarded holistic. And I was one of those nurses that when we do admission assessment, they tell us all these different medications, non-Western medicine they're taking. I was the one who encouraged them to stop taking them. But I woke up because of COVID, and so it was all meant to be that I have the background that I have, and that there are other ways to keep our body healthy. And so I'm absolutely honored to join this. For me, it's a new methodology. This holistic care is just amazing. And so I'm just a rookie compared to the rest of you. And so I have so much to learn. And I will also share our website. Please check out the testimonies. Stage 4 cancer, autism, you name it. Hemorrhoids. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Good to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you're here. Joanne, can you pop on? Oh, yep, there you
Good
are.
morning. I really literally just like kind of woke up. We had a rough night with the kids as we've been sick. So
No.
anyways, here I am. I didn't want to miss the meeting. But yeah, I am a myofunctional therapist. I don't know if you guys have heard what that is. My background is in dental hygiene. And I think a lot of us, before we get into the holistic field, it's the same. Something happens, we wake up, and we're like, okay, there's other modalities of treatment than, traditional Western medicine. What got me started in my field was my son, actually. He was having a lot of, health issues, temper tantrums since before 1. He kind of was born, was crying out of my tummy, really rough labor. And then he didn't stop crying for like 7 months straight. And then we dealt a lot with just not being able to regulate his emotions, and he was snoring like at the age of 2, clenching and grinding his teeth, bedwetting till about 8 years old. And so I learned about, tongue ties and how that can affect, overall health from a breastfeeding group. And, all the practitioners I was asking, is there a correlation? Do you think he has sleep issues, like his pediatrician and dentist? And they thought I was reaching, And so one day I went to a continuing education course from a dentist who said that, tongue ties are very related to sleep. And a lot of children get misdiagnosed with certain conditions, such as like ADHD, when it's like a sleep issue that goes, the root of it is the dysfunction that's going on in their mouth. So that brings me to like what I do. It's similar to physical therapy, where I work with the muscles in the mouth. So the tongue, the lips, the face, and it's like an exercise-based program. I teach awareness, breathing, like breathing modalities, and it helps with things such as sleep disordered breathing. So sleep apnea, which begins with mouth breathing. And so it starts with like the dysfunction in the mouth when you have tongue posture that's not correct. And it's not like up in the roof of the mouth. So it can lead to sleep apnea. It can lead to chronic pain of the jaw joints, chronic pain of the neck and shoulders. With children especially, we want to catch it when it's early, because that's when it starts. Like we can catch these things in infancy. And if we don't, it just gets worse over time. It's like a domino effect, so it starts off as not being able to nurse properly, perhaps, pain in the nipples from mom, and then it just continues on. So one of the things that commonly shows up is like behavioral issues, because as children, they develop so rapidly. And if you imagine as an adult, if we have one night that we're not sleeping well, we're a total mess. But for children who are developing so fast, their whole, it's like a quality of life issue, and so I'm so passionate about it. One, because of my son, I saw how much it helped him, and then as I was working and learning about this back in 2020 when COVID happened, when we returned back to work, in the dental hygiene chair, I saw so many symptoms in patients. It was like the percentage is so high. It's just what's kind of been the driving force in what I do. So that's me. I'm happy to be a part of the community also.
I love listening to what you do because it's very unique. It's a very unique niche,
Mhm.
and you don't hear that much, and you don't associate some of these childhood issues with, physical therapy in the mouth and the tongue and things like that. So
Yeah, I love that too. Where are you located?
I'm located in California, so Orange County, California, and then I have a location in Long Beach, California also.
Okay, let's connect. I'm in Orange County, so
Oh, awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see patients remotely or virtually?
Yeah, I do both. So I do both in person and online. Yeah, there's like a combination, and I see children and adults, and I always tell like a lot of my clientele are like families, like moms, because we always put our children first. And so moms will come in, they're like, yes, my son or daughter is experiencing this, this, and this. And then they're like, is it too late for me? And I'm like, no, it is never too late to improve your quality of life, So yeah.
Great. So there's a lot of moms I see that need your services. So I would love to get your information if you would like to put it in the chat for us.
Yeah, I will.
I wish I knew about it 21 years ago, but anyway.
I get that response a lot, and it's never too late, like
That's
for
good to
myself.
hear.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have started when they were an infant, but it's never too late, no looking back. Just, yeah.
You can work with a 21-year-old?
What's that?
You can work with a 21-year-old?
Meaning like, as far as,
If they need that issue.
yeah, I work with 21-year-olds, like, and adults too. I have a patient in her 70s that's still working on her muscle function. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It has to
I
do with,
actually-
breathing. And when we can't breathe adequately in the daytime, it trickles into our nighttime. And when you're not breathing properly through the nose and you're breathing through the mouth, your body goes into fight or flight. It's naturally in that sympathetic nervous system.
Exactly. Because I help people with breathing too. So, okay, that's good to know.
I learned
Yeah.
recently through a dentist that when you're mouth breathing at night, that's what is contributing to the cavities.
Yes, there's
It
so
also-
many.
It changes the way your chin's going to be in your face. It changes the structure.
Yeah, your
of
jaw
your face.
development.
Yeah.
and it
Yep.
leads to chronic anxiety because your body's always in a sympathetic
Yep.
Yes.
nervous system. My background's in holistic psychotherapy, and I teach yoga, and I see that a lot with like these mouth breathers that
Mhm.
have just this constant state of anxiety.
Yes.
And a lot of like practitioners, like in that's just practicing Western medicine, they don't connect it, and they think we're like bananas for bringing it up, It's pretty incredible.
I actually have I've been an adult user of myofunctional therapy, and it corrected well, I had also an ALF, but it totally corrected my tongue thrust as an adult. And then my children have used it, and one of my children had tonsils that were touching, and we were told to go to an ENT. So instead we did myofunctional therapy, and within a month his tonsils were back to normal size because of mouth breathing. So
Oh, that's really important. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
that you did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of major improvements in like infection and inflammation in the back of the throat and allergies and gosh, so many things. So it is really amazing and important.
But
Yeah.
if you have buck teeth, they know you're a tongue thruster, so they give you you work on that anyways. But like she said, people don't really realize you just need to relax your tension, and that's related to.
Yeah.
I want to read something to you since we're talking about it. Oh, wait, never mind. I think I deleted it.
It's almost.
Hold on, I printed it, so I'm gonna go get it just because it's the same. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay. And I
I'm
apologize about my chat entry. There's some words that I should have removed because I was modifying something else, but I couldn't see it because my camera was in the way. Because my camera's on my
Oh, good.
monitor. You guys get the-
Joanne, do you have some contact information? How could we contact
I
you?
do, yes. I'll put the information in the chat box. I literally was just cooking breakfast for the kids. This time change has really gotten them like messed up, but I got the whole
Yeah, put
family
your
all messed up.
information so we can reach out to you. I put my
Yeah, I
LinkedIn
will.
information.
I'll put it
And
in the chat box.
Are you on LinkedIn too or no?
I am not yet. My
Okay, let me
husband
give you
is
my link tree.
okay. I'm gonna turn off my video so I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, I get it.
So while you're sharing information, speaking of like softening and releasing tension, this just came in my email. It's about mindful moments throughout the day, like taking, time periodically throughout the day to just, do some eye orienting and just being mindful. And he gave like a bunch of different prompts that I thought was really cool. So I'll read it, and then if someone speaks to you, great, or whatever. So here's his prompts. How can I soften into this moment? How can I soften into my body? How can I soften around any physical tension I feel? How can I soften the belly as I breathe softly, which is huge because so many women like clenching their gut. It's like, how can I soften my belly right now? Just like taking moments. Softening the muscles of your face, like the skin of your cheeks and your forehead. Softening my need for control. How about that one?
Cherry
Um,
plum flower.
Uh-huh. How can I soften any resistance I'm experiencing right now? How can I soften what I feel in my heart? How can I soften who I think I am? And how can I soften into this moment of beauty? So I just thought that was nice.
That was cool. And it made me think about it, when I sit down and eat lunch, I sometimes just gaze out the window and I just soften my focus. And it's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's almost like daydreaming, but not quite, because you still are a parent, you still hear things around you. But you're softening the focus. It's just it's relaxing for your eyes, especially when you're on the screen all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm that way too. You can like feel your whole system just decompressing.
And I don't know if you guys listen to Andrew Huberman, but he's a neuroscientist, and he actually said for people to have more focus, sometimes you need just to see more of a perspective or soften your focus, and that helps you. So that's interesting because maybe the visual is distracting you, and you. But for me, it's a focus to relax.
Mhm.
Yeah, they in the polyvagal theory world, they call it eye orienting, that we get so focused like on the computer and the electronics that we have to take a step back and just like look at the space in front of you and like notice the colors and the textures, and it somehow shifts your brain state and brings your nervous system back into a present, relaxed response. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, and you should get up every hour. I'm sorry, walk out the door or something, come back. But I spent some time just outside in the sun, this morning, because I had to take trash cans and things like that. And it was a beautiful sunrise because it was like 7 a.m. And I spent like 5 minutes out there, setting my circadian rhythm today. And that's another thing you can do. So it's just it's really important to take some time out to do things like that and exercise. And yeah.
All right, well, this is your time. So let's just shift into a conversation about anything that maybe you all need, that you want some feedback on, that maybe you want any suggestions for. I'm just kind of holding the space for whatever it is that you want to talk about. Maybe it's brainstorming something, whatever it is. So, the floor is open to conversation or requests from the group.
I'm not quite prepared for that, but I'm willing to listen to others and pitch in.
I have a question for you, Laura. What type of yoga do you do?
I teach a specialized form of yoga for those in chronic pain. And I have two different tracks. The chronic pain people are those who are active into yoga or Pilates, and they're doing it because they have like muscle tightness in their shoulders or their hips, or they have sciatic pain, chronic lower back pain, knee pain from former injury. And the current yoga industry teaches us that we have to be flexible and stretch everything out. But when you are in pain, it's because your muscular system is not supporting your body the way it's supposed to. So this constant stretching is just weakening an already weak system. So I teach people in my classes how to activate and strengthen muscles, what yoga poses to do, because in all reality, there's some of these poses where we're not anatomically created to bend that way, and it's just creating stress on our joints. So I tell them, let's stop doing this and let's do more of this. So I work, I have a strengthening class for that. And then too, I also, because of my psychotherapy background, I work with women, like in classes, high stress, chronic anxiousness, depressed mood, more like mental wellness. I'll also teach at like addiction and recovery centers, or some of these agencies, like some of you might work with women in hormone balancing, or issues around severe health and trauma. Maybe like you discover history of trauma. So that's kind of what my other classes are geared towards. I mean, anybody can join, but it's more towards that.
Yeah, I should connect with you and talk to you more, only because I may have some connections that may be beneficial to you. Do you do this remotely?
I do. I offer my classes in person and also through Zoom. I do travel to different agencies in the community that serve that population. So in those cases, they're not broadcasted, but the ones that I do on the weekends from my home studio, yes, anybody can join.
Yeah, reach out to me and let's connect, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any that are recorded? Like, do you have your program like on like, oh, I love yoga. I'm more of a yin yoga because I like the slower and holding and building muscle. You talked about. Do you have like a program that you do that's pre-recorded that we could do every day or anything like that?
I am recording my classes, and I'm putting them in an on-demand library. It's not live yet. I am not good at just recording to video and recording to nothingness. Like I dread that. But I have been recording my live classes. I will say though that I don't teach yin, because yin is a lot of passive stretching depending on what you're doing. And so for those people that are in pain, it's not the best school of yoga to be doing. So my style is more hatha, which is holding positions, but we're not using gravity to, sink our body down and like open up the fascia, which I know is a big part of yin for someone in chronic pain. That's not, it's counterintuitive to what they're trying to accomplish.
I do modify the yin, so I'm really glad that you said that because I didn't understand that, because I had one personal trainer who did yoga, and she did what you're doing. I think it's called hatha, because she would do that with me. And it was so beneficial. I didn't have to do strength training or anything. I just did her class. And I cannot find anyone else like her.
Yeah,
So
that's,
the
yeah.
school I had was the yin. So I'm so happy that you clarified that. So I would love to, yeah, connect with you
All
and
right.
And personally, I don't know the terminology of yoga because I'm more familiar with Pilates, floor Pilates, not reformer. So is what you're doing is it similar to floor Pilates? Because I had an instructor that did Pilates that brought in some yoga into it. So I just was wondering what the
Yes, some of it, like when we are preparing our body to move into various positions, you will probably see some of these things in Pilates, because we're strengthening and targeting certain muscular systems.
Mhm.
So you might see it, but you also might see it in a regular like calisthenics class. So it is like that, but then we do move into more of yoga formations. So we're talking about, down dogs and,
Yeah,
the
they
warrior
did
series.
she did those.
Yeah, and things like that. So people who take Pilates classes don't really have a problem transitioning to my class. And it's not like I'm sitting here calling all the names in Sanskrit. We're not doing power yoga here. We're doing very specific, slow, targeted movements in order to build up our muscles so that they can support our joints so that we are stronger and more stable, but also more mobile. I think flexibility is kind of a double-edged sword because people think, oh, I need to pull myself down and grab my toes. But really, why do we want to be flexible? So that we actually want more mobility. We want to be able to turn our neck and not like creak, creak, creak. We want to be able to twist and pick something up without throwing out our back. So we really want to be more mobile, not really flexible.
Yeah, because I have some muscle tuning that actually helps with the turning and like giving you more range of motion. So I have a little toolbox, a whole bunch of things. That's why I'm a holistic health coach. But I don't have the yoga training. I only have the, experience of doing Pilates. And, I would love to learn more from you as well. So,
All right. Well, your info's in the chat box. I will go ahead and
yeah,
send you both an
you'll
email.
see an email in my link tree if you want.
I'll put my email in there for you.
Yeah, put your email in there for me, please. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you so much. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, because it brought up conversation with me as well. Anybody else that wants to contribute?
I'd like to ask a question. Oh, Julie too. Yep.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay. I've developed a digital program. I would love some feedback from you practitioners. I've developed a digital program, which is a library of about 43 or 4 mind body healing sessions that people can access on their phone 24/7 around a variety of themes. So there's one that's calming anxiety, there's one that's boosting sleep, there's one that's balancing the microbiome, helping headaches, detoxing the liver, and these all balance mind, body, energy in one, in a very grounded, easy to listen to format. So my patients love them because it's empowering and they have something they can use when they wake up at 2 in the morning and can't sleep, or when they're getting sick on the weekend and they can't really call anybody and ask. What I'm curious about, I've really thought about trying to equip doctors and other health practitioners with this program for their patients so they can have a mind body energy balancing resource, not as a replacement for any kind of medical care, but as an adjunct to get stuck energy out of the way so that prescriptions, therapy, supplements go deeper. They're better tolerated and they go deeper. So as practitioners, I would love your feedback. When I say that, what do you think? Do you think, oh, I already do energy, I don't need that? Do you think, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool for my patients? And by the way, this is like $15 a month. It's really, really affordable. It's just super easy and affordable to use.
I might be interested. Some of the stuff I do, with the microbiome, obviously. But I do use neural tools with my clients. and I'm really supportive of energy healing as well. I would like to check it out. And you may want to think about, maybe $15 a month, but you may want to think about affiliate programs too.
I do have an affiliate program. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So let's connect and let me see what it's all about
Mhm.
and experience it. And then, we'll see.
Is this an app?
It
sounds
is. It's an
Okay.
app, and the sessions are my energy healing, my me talking, and my energy comes through as you listen. So it's not a device, it's actually accessing a library of digital content.
It's like having neural tools that help you listen to things to help you relax, focus. Except she's using energy because I work with another energy healer, and she, she just, really can, she attunes to people in person and really, and it can be a whole bunch of different people. They all get benefit from it. And that
Yeah.
sounds like what she does. That's
Okay,
therapy.
so it's like Sarah on demand. If I'm, finding myself like feeling anxious or something, I pull out my phone and I access Sarah's whatever it is, whether it's sound or video on, taking a moment to calm your nervous system or whatever it is that you
It
would
could be
put
her
out.
speaking.
Yeah, it's passive for the listener. So you just listen, it's just audio. So the person doesn't have to do anything except receive. So, yes, there's a calm my anxiety session that they could listen to. Actually, my program, I have provided it for an early addiction recovery program, and
Mhm.
she plays them for her groups, almost like a meditation. And they're getting wonderful benefit from it. Just helps them feel lighter, more peaceful, more optimistic about their future, more empowered. So it's helping them shift out
It
stuck
brings their
energy.
energy up and releases the negative energy that sinks them down. So that's what she's doing.
I
But
love
there's
to
also
hear
a
it.
component of, I'm also talking about things. For instance, I'm in my addiction. I do have an addiction session, addiction support, and it's designed for any kind of addiction: sugar, alcohol, food, drugs, whatever. But for instance, one of the key things I balance in that session is shame and sense of self, but I do it in a very gentle way that's not intrusive. But so I'm helping them understand consciously also some of the root causes of their dysfunction, and that it's not a personality weakness or their fault, that
No,
it's truly
everybody
an
has
energy that
worthiness.
needs to be unwound in their body.
Yeah, a lot of people need to, release the, idea of shame and feel that they're worthy. So we should
Right.
connect and talk more to
Yep.
link tree there.
Lisa, you were going to say something, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to experience that if you want some beta testers.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
So, as part of my affiliate program, I do give healthcare practitioners a free 30-day access to experience it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to connect. I've jotted down your information. I'd be happy to give you a trial. And if you feel like there could be a place for your patients, I do have an affiliate program for sure. It's already up and running.
Sounds wonderful. I love to hear what you're offering. Yes, thank you.
People love it. I mean, patients really, I have very low turnover in the program. And there's actually also a live component if people choose to subscribe to that as well, where they can participate in a group live healing session with a Q&A so that they can ask me anything about health or, whatever it is. Like, I've got a cough that won't go away, or I'm having trouble sleeping, or my grandmother died. That was the question this week in the live group session. How do I process the grief? So, that's a really nice component. That's an add-on. But anyway, yeah, let's connect. I appreciate the feedback.
Mhm.
Welcome.
Joanne's interested too.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll reach out to you. Joanne, I love your work. I really believe in it. And I still haven't found a good person to refer people to. So I would love to connect with you too for myofunctional referrals.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad I hopped on, even though I wasn't, I was kind of in between things, but I love that it's all women this morning.
Nice.
Different energy.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
more accepting of these type of things than men are.
Well, and you could talk about nipples too, and men aren't like,
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, Sarah, your program that you do, with energy healing, sometimes it's just like you said, your energy that comes through, and it's different than, trying to get through something yourself. Sometimes when I work with energy healers, it's just their presence, that whether it's recorded or, in person, it's still their energy is like embedded in whatever it is that they're doing, and it brings a different,
Yeah.
feel.
And it works
Yes.
recorded. Exactly, Joanne. I feel the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is research, there's consciousness research to support that the recording of a live energy source has a similar effect on the biological system as the live. So the recording does carry energy and it works. I mean, my patients get amazing results. I'm healing infections instantly, getting back to sleep at night, just a lot of wonderful self-help tools that not only help them feel better in the moment, but are unwinding a deeper energy pattern that needs to heal too. So yeah, it's great.
And you're on the East Coast, right?
I am.
Okay.
I let
look
my
at me
daughter
in
in.
Maryland. Virginia.
Yeah, we're close. I'm near Winchester, Virginia. So I was in DC area for a while. So we're not far apart.
Homesteaders of America is in Front Royal. So I
Is it
have,
really?
yes, love them. I'm gonna go there. They have one, I think, in like September or October every year. Yes, it's a,
Well, if you come, you absolutely have to look me up and we have to get together because I'm right here in the area and I have a wellness center in Stevens City. And I would love to, I love to just meet face to face with like-minded souls. So if you ever come, let me know.
I will do that,
Yeah,
definitely.
if I ever make it out there, I'll let you know too.
Yeah, please. Yep.
All right, Julie, you are up.
So, in support of what Sarah just talked about, stuck energy, I think it makes a difference between people who are able to reach the healing state versus just maintaining their illness state. And so I think that's very important point to address. So I will be in touch with you. Um, so what we do is basically MedBed technology. If you go onto our site, the first video on the homepage, I believe, I don't know, it's one of the videos. It talks about it has the word healing and it has MedBed. That's what caught my attention because at that time I was going through some debilitating rheumatoid arthritic pain where I couldn't even lift a cup of coffee. I had to do it with two hands. And then it's still, I mean, it was just incredible journey I went through, all because of COVID hospitalization before the jabs came out. I refused the vaccination because I had natural immunity. And then I was terminated for not getting the jab. And they said my religious
Wow.
belief was not sincere enough. So that really changed my mind frame of what is happening here. And so my question to you, because I believe in energy healing, I believe in so many other holistic way of healing. And although I'm kind of new to this great awakening, um, people, but I just want to know, how do you advertise? So I had no choice but to go with this one marketing arm that was introduced to us from the EE system, energy enhancement system, because I've been an employee all my life, ever since I was a teenager in high school. And I wasn't going to go for newspaper stuffing or, ad on the windshield or car windshield or whatever. So, and it's quite costly, but fortunately it's working for us. And in 7 months, we had over, 1,000 members, and it's good. But I just want to, I feel like the whole humanity deserve to know what we know. And so how do you send out this message? Because right now I only have one way of doing it, which is through this marketing company called Unified with Jason Sherko. I don't know if any of you follow him or not. So actually, I do Facebook too. I'm not computer literate. I don't know how to do Instagram. That's too complicated for me. And so, how do you do it? How do you get your message out there?
I am so glad that you asked this question because I was too embarrassed to ask it earlier. Because
Oh, marketing question?
I am you, yes. So I'd love to hear what others have to say. Yes.
Well, in the world of marketing, there's so many things to try out. I am really entrenched into social media. I do Reels, I do Facebook, I do Instagram, I do LinkedIn, I do YouTube. I do have my own radio TV show podcast that's on actual different stations and stuff like that. So that's what I decided to branch out to in October. So it's new. And what she was doing is old-fashioned guerrilla marketing, putting having a company do flyers on windshields or posting, information all over the place. It's really what is helpful that I found is, and I don't mean to do this to the Holistic Chamber, but I found a lot of great marketing ideas from Brand Connections, which is another networking group. I hope that doesn't click with you, but they have some great ideas about how to do giveaways, how to do other marketing ideas, how to do books, how to do, they have groups of authors, they have groups of podcasters, they have groups of healers, like us, that just started it at that. And then they talk about things like this. Marketing in this world, because you need to rise above the noise, it's not exactly easy, but if you're unique, like Joanne is, it's very helpful. She has a really unique niche that can be utilized for a large demographic. So knowing the niche helps, but sometimes that niche needs to expand a little bit. So being clear in your message would be helpful.
I want to ask a clarifying question, Julie. Are you finding it the challenge in terms of avenues where to market, or how do you use language to market? Because those are two different things.
Exactly. That's
The
what
most important question is the avenue, because the language is already given to us. And, we have to stay with the boundary of what we can and cannot say. And the things that we can and cannot claim or shouldn't be claiming, in all healthcare industry, whether it's holistic or Western, there's no guaranteed outcome. In Western medicine, you go for surgery, you're signing for your potential death. I mean, and that you're accepting that that's a possibility.
Exactly.
And so I'm not so worried about what needs to be said, but one of the reasons why I joined HCC, like on the day that I found out about it, is because maybe this can be served as one platform for me to learn something about how to advertise, how to get the word out, because I'm quite impatient. I mean, if you can imagine my personality of being able to deal with ICU situation, hot and cold and whatever goes, and at any moment changing, and we're okay with that. I'm okay with that. So I'm a little impatient, and I just feel like the people deserve to know what we know. This is not right. I have been deceived for so long, and everything that I learned about, the rheumatoid arthritis is part of autoimmune condition. I was never once told that it could be cured. Are you kidding me? I used to be at methotrexate emerald injection, and I wore for 2 years I wore custom fit boots because I had tibial tendonitis. The tendons were splitting up both ways on both legs, going up my shin because I was stressed out over something. And so people need to know what we know, that you don't have to poison your body to get better. You don't have to be slave to pharmaceuticals. And so this is why I joined HCC, and I'm hoping that I'll learn something which is going to give me a real platform for me to share effectively what I know.
Mhm.
I have a suggestion, just, being around the HCC for a very long time. Part of the trick is getting in front of the people who already want, this stuff. And when we're posting on Facebook and social media, I mean, we are just posting to the masses. It's like a backyard barbecue. You don't know who's going to show up.
Exactly.
You have, people who, don't even care about their health, or just want a quick pill, and, they're not even wanting a natural remedy. So the trick is getting getting in front of an audience who already need, want, and, what you have to offer. So the way that I would recommend you maybe find that within the HCC community is connect with other members, just like you're doing here, who has the same audience that needs your service that someone else serves, but in a different way, so that you can cross promote with each other. Hey, we're both these kinds of energy practitioners, but I deal with this issue, you deal with that issue. But guess what? Some of these people have both issues. And, maybe we can help them sort through this problem together.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that within the HCC community.
And that's what I do, because I am a connector. There's some things I don't want to do. Okay. And there's some things that that people come with me, with questions about that I may not do. So I do refer people out to others. And I would love to meet with you, Julie, because I think you're in Orange County too.
Yeah, we're in Brea, not too far from Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm in Huntington Beach. So let's meet up, or let's, meet on Zoom, whatever is more convenient for you. Because
Schedule coffee or tea together and really just talk about your audiences.
yeah, exactly.
Zoom.
Exactly, because there's things that we can do to help each other and offer each other. That's all.
Julie, I think another huge opportunity for you is to start talking about your story.
Yes, that's why a book would help.
Okay. A book, you could do podcasting, get on some podcasts, join a podcast collaborative where people post when they need guests, but think about talking about your experience, because when someone hears that you were able to heal an untreatable condition, then they're going to start saying, oh, I didn't know that was possible. Well, how did you do it? And then you're going to get to talk about how you did it.
Mhm.
And that's going to help really attract people to what you're offering. But I totally agree with Laura. You can't just talk to people on the street, because there are many, many people who don't want to be healed. So people have to want to be healed. They have to be ready for your solution if you're going to be successful. And I've really learned that the hard way. It's why I don't do any free work anymore. It's not because I don't want to be gifting my services. I do it in other ways now, like the early addiction recovery people, but it doesn't work when people aren't ready for it. So,
No.
but if you talk about your story, you're going to inspire people, and the people that resonates with are going to contact you.
Exactly. And that's what it's working for me, is my story, or what I've done for others as well. So it's important that you just get that story down and share it, whatever is easier for you.
Yeah, so I have been invited to speak about what we have to offer in a few different settings, and I do go and I share, and my story is available on our homepage on our website. I was also interviewed by this person by the name of Mel Carmine. I don't know if you follow him or not, but so yeah, there's got to be a way to be able to share with the general public about this option being available, because there's so many different types of holistic modalities. I mean, one of the testimonies that's available on our website under testimonies is that there's this gentleman who's been receiving psychotherapy and beyond psychotherapy drugs since he was 18 years old over something that happened when he was a child. So you can imagine what could have happened to him. And he was on that pathway for over 52 years. And now he's over 70 years old. He came to our center, and he came once a week, 2 hours at a time. And in 2 months, he was able to kick everything. No more psychotherapy, no more psychotherapy drugs. So we're talking about A through Z. Energy healing is for real. Holistic care can cure. I mean, I'm so impatient about.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to say that
So-
we cure, heal, treat.
Can't say that. You
But
can't
here's
say
the
that.
bottom line. Here's the
You can-
bottom line. The question that I raised: how do we market ourselves? I still haven't heard any answer that stuck with me, because everything that you've mentioned so far, I've done. I've tried it. And
You
so I'm hoping that somebody will say something, it'll click, and the rest of us will be on another level of advertising this
Okay,
this
can I
option
mention
that's
something right
available.
now? You're awfully frustrated by it. Let go of that frustration. Okay?
Yeah, the deceit
Because
that I
that's
lived
holding
under.
you down. And recognize when you get frustrated, put a hand in front of your face to stop you from doing it, and just release it. And eventually that frustration will go away, because if you're in a more positive energy state, things are just going to open like a floodgate.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we all have valuable services. We all have valuable gifts to give out to the world. And sometimes we don't know it's going to come back to us in larger fruition than it's going to.
Mm.
So being a nurse, you're used to getting things done really quick and fast on routine. So open up your feeling of time flux, meaning that, it's going to happen. It's going to materialize. I just need to release the idea of time.
There's a
I think
book.
there's also attracting your soul clients too. Okay. So
Mhm.
there are people waiting for your services, and you just have to trust that and let go of any
Oh,
fear
yeah.
that they won't show up. And in that process, you open your energy field to manifest them. So yeah, it's
Mm.
exactly what Debbie's talking about. It's doing your own inner work so that you are
Mm.
ready to step up in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm learning about energy work, and oh my gosh, COVID was nothing. It was just the tipping point of the rest of the things I had to wake up to. This is amazing.
It is amazing, but you know what? It took me a while to just open up and release things, and not get other things in the environment affecting me, because I take in negative energy, and also learn how to put boundaries up too. So it will happen.
It's a
And
personal
like
work, too.
Laura said, Lauren
Lore, like folklore, Lore. I know I should put my
or
notes here.
said,
Yeah.
interconnecting with other people like us, we may have a little negative thing that will help you get over that hump. And you may have a little thing that can help our clients or help us get over the hump. Like Sarah probably has a lot of things that can help me. Because we're all on a journey of growth. And that's what life is all about, is growth.
There's
Otherwise,
a
you're not enjoying your life, right?
Pardon?
flower called Impatience that would help balance that impatient feeling that you're having with wanting to get it out to everyone. It will happen. You're planting seeds as you go along, and it will have a domino effect. That's what I find, because I don't do social media. I mean, I do have a Facebook page and I do have an Instagram account, but I am not one who wants to spend my time on it, and nor do I want to hire somebody right now to do that for me. So it sits there. So all of my clients are by word of mouth. So
Yes.
I plant seeds, I get whole families, I work within their budget and what they can afford. So I'm willing to be flexible in that area. But I have found for me that it takes me working on me, my energy level. Where am I and where is my mindset? And as I see myself growing, I see the shift in the people that come to me as well.
Exactly. I mean,
They will come.
the people that were around me 10 years ago are no longer around me. But some have come back and said, wow, I really want your services now. So you never know, those seeds that you plant many years ago will come back to you.
Yes. And I have found people, that I've talked to, 5 years ago, oh, Lisa, I'm ready for your services now. They just weren't in a place. And I like what you said, Laura, about when you're on Facebook, or on Instagram, and I don't post on either one of them. It's like throwing your pearls before swine. And you want to find that target. But I have found that I've always found that target, like farmers markets. You go to farmers markets and you find people. You go to homesteaders conferences, you go to women's conferences. There's health conferences in different places. You just, get your information out there in different avenues where you could have personal one-on-one conversations with them. I find it
Exactly.
to be beneficial as well.
Yeah, I
And
do too.
just mass marketing to whoever. Yeah, I really like that you said that, Laura.
Yeah, it's important, but it doesn't hurt if you have time to do this, or you have time to get who you are out there. It takes time. Social media doesn't happen overnight. These people that I don't do TikTok. I refuse to do TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do TikTok my whole entire life. But and I resisted Instagram, but they're so connected now with Facebook and Instagram. It's really easy. So I honestly, my following is growing, and it does take time. It doesn't happen in a year. It doesn't happen in 2 years. It takes time. And I throw little nuggets out there about core belief. I throw little nuggets out there. Yesterday, I threw out, it was Pi Day yesterday, right? Everyone think of pi as pi. I said, pi is infinite, like your possibilities. Look at me and how I turn my health around. And I'm getting attraction with that. So it's just a way you turn something from a irrational number into a more rational thought and bring it back to you. And over time, you'll get better at it because you're going to try things, and it may not be as successful as you are, but you review what you've done and learn from it and see what you can do better next time.
Thank you so much, everybody. I just want to be mindful of the time. It is a little after the hour. I hope everybody got some nuggets of something that they could put to good use. I appreciate all of you showing up here today. It's been a really wonderful conversation, and I've gotten a ton out of it already, and I'm excited to connect with more of you further. So I do appreciate that. Don't forget to save the chat, by the way.
Yes, I'll do that.
Thank you. Where are you in Maryland, Laura?
Annapolis.
Oh, okay. I'm working with a practitioner in Annapolis.
Oh, who are you working with?
Mary, Dr. Mary, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's PS something or other.
Okay,
So-
no, I just wonder if I knew her through like the local chamber or our little, local groups here, but no, I don't.
PSOR Sormus, I think maybe, but it starts with a P.
And ring a bell.
Yeah, she's a great person. Anyway, yeah. She has like 12 children. She homeschools and she runs a business. Yes. So thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed it. I hope I didn't talk too much. And believe it or not, I'm an introvert.
We're a small group. It's all good. Thank you so much, all. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'll
Bye-bye.
be connecting with all you ladies, so
Joanne.
Take care. Have a fabulous weekend, okay?
you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.